The holiday week continues here in the United States. Let's go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. Oh, and we have some interesting angles going on. Definitely feel inclined to do a mix of techniques. What are my options? So these lines, I suppose, could be done with an element with a skew. The way these lines intersect, I think, is pretty specific. And so I think that, if we've made an element and then skewed it, and I guess you could use 3D as well, right? That requires setting a few different things. You would be a transform Z, but you'd also need to set a perspective point or perspective distance, I think is how that works. Probably not the technique. The simplest is and then, okay, so the simplest I think that I would like to do is just to put everything on as a background. So gradients. And so what are the gradients? If I do a conic gradient, well, if I do a conic gradient, I have to do two of them, right? Because these are parallel. These lines look parallel. If they were both radiating from the same point, right, more like a sunburst, then I could do a conic gradient. But in this case, I'm going to need to do two gradients anyway. So might as well use the simplest linear gradient. So I will do that. And we'll do a transparent, and then the white, and then the purple. So transparent, actually, and then transparent again. So linear gradient, and then those three colors. Now, of course, because we have transparent, white, transparent, we see nothing because we don't have a background color. There's the background color. So now we're going to put this at an angle at like 60 degrees or something. And then minus 60 and 60 degrees. So yeah, that gets us what we want. How about 20 pixels? Or we'll start with Q values. People like Q values. And I like Q values sometimes. Oh, and then I don't want minus 60, I want 60. There we go. Is that what I want? Do I want 300? Minus 300? So this gets at, do I want to set numbers? Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'll go 60. And so that first number is going to be large, 300. All right, 340. And we see that our angle is wrong, 45, 46, 47. So let's adjust that angle. 1, 2, that's worse. How about 50? 50 degrees. 50 degrees is too much. 51, 52, 51. 51 looks right, actually. So 340. All right, so where do we stand? We need to go a little bit further. 340, 350 is almost right. So 51, 52 is bad. 51 is better. 50 is not good enough. So let's do 51.1, 0.2, 0.3. 0.2, 0.3. 51.3 degrees. Not the best angle in the world. That's okay. 51. So let's do 49. 48. 50. So what if we do pixels? And then do 340 pixels. Do 30. 31. 331 pixels. Okay. Now, let's try Q again. 340 Q. And then 0. 350, 60. Oh. I don't see anything. Okay, 360, 70, 70, 71, 22, 71. All right. So if we've done that right, and we've done the hard part first, that's our first step. Let's do the other side. I guess we copy and paste, right? Kind of on the ugly side. We do minus. There it is, and that's very similar. What if we do pixels there? 360, 350, 51. Yeah, 351 pixels. It just looks a little bit better. Obviously, that's tunable. Like we could make changes to make that work. All right. And then obviously we need something on top of that, and that's going to be that radial gradient. We'll get to that line eventually, of course. At 50%, 100%, transparent in the middle, lots of white, and then transparent. Comma, there's that circle. We need to use the keyword circle or 1Q, give it a dimension. And then we really need to say what's it? It's at 0 and then minus 150 pixels probably in terms of the background position. All right, so then we go 30 pixels. We're just doing pixels now because we're lazy. All right, 0, 100 pixels. There's my circle. And then I guess we're gonna do purple as the color. That covers everything. So now we need to repeat what? Repeat X. And that gets us that. All right, so how far off are we? 4, 3. We adjust 2, 3, 4, 40 to 120, 130, 140. That's what we got now. And that's the white that we created. So now we have that we need to do. And I guess, well, once again, my friend, the Swiss Army knife of iconic gradient is what I like for this. It's going to be at like 50 pixels, 20 pixels. Purple, 75%. And then the white. And then we got to move that down, don't we? Yes, we do. 0 and then 200 pixels. There's that line. And we want to move that to the right place. 1.8, 1.7. And then a little further over, 60. And then we need to give that a width. And that width is going to be, what, 70% or something? 70, 80, 83, 84, 85, 85% wide. All right, let's see how close we are. I'd like to see 100% come back, and then we'll be done with this one. This is a fun one, a one that's worth revisiting, and multiple techniques to do this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 gradients. Minify, unit replace, and submit. And obviously we have these linear gradients are awfully similar. So this sequence, I think we could turn into a variable. Plonk, S for sequence, clump. And then we would put in what? We would put that here, bar, S. And we would do the same thing right here, like so. Is that it? I think that's it. That's fun. It's a fun way to do that. Don't discount skew as a potential way to do some of this. I suppose you could put some of this on the body and then do a border inline on the body and then do skew in a way that got both sides. And I think that will give you what you want. There might be too much perspective. I'm not sure if it would be isometrically right, because again, you want these lines to be parallel. That's the important thing, because a conic gradient, it's all coming from the same perspective point. Yeah, that's it. Fun one. Fun, interesting, clever little puzzle. And I hope you're doing well on this holiday week. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Go make a webpage. See ya.